What's up, folks? Game and Josh here, back with some more Realm Revolutions. I have decided to forego the intro where I show the beginning of the game because that part of the game is just going to get pretty repetitive. So I think that it's better at this point just to go ahead and go straight into the end game so that because the guide's going to be basically the same thing. And we are about to ascend here. I'm trying to start these recordings when we revolt so that it kind of gives you a guide on when to revolt and how to revolt. And in this one we didn't even make the army, so there's no need because we're not at this point. The only reason to make the army, you get a little bit of extra food, but we're making so much food here per month that the food from the monsters isn't really going to help us that much. We're getting 150,000 a second, and the money is nowhere near this either. So, unless we're specifically going for a revolution in that field, I'm not even going to make them right now. And as you can see here, well, let me go through what we have. We're at Tree of Fairies 15, and this is so high because we have the Druid Grove, which we get later with the Druid assimilation. You do not start out with the Druid Grove. So in that situation, you would go ahead and build commanders, which is better. Which, if we're going to do a revolt on based on the army, where we get our army BP percentage up, then we won't build the Druid Grove, and we won't build the well. We're going to go straight for cash, but we're not there yet. This one's going to be another food revolution. Let's do the staves here. We get some gold here, and let me make sure we're good here. Okay, restore. All right, this gives us gold and food. That's great. So now we can max out this guy, because this is the one we're going to ascend, because it is at 1.7 million%, and you can see that our happiness is 743,000. So this is definitely time to ascend, and let's do it. Let's max it as high as we can. Now we're at 4 million. But at this point, this is where we're at. We're at city walls. We could actually build these city walls, but they're not going to improve the food gathering or anything like that. So I would think that would be a waste of money at this point. The next build would be here to get that discontent even higher, and that's why it's so high, really, is because of this town hall at 8, because it increases discontent. So let's go ahead and revolt. Max out first and then revolt, and we'll see. We'll start here. We'll get our druid bonus. We're going to use the power of the staff, and the elf bonus right now will still be to happiness effect. Later we might do these monsters when we start doing the battle power ascensions, which we're not doing yet. If we had one more of these, I would probably put this use all staffs button, which comes very handy, but I'm not going to do that right now. That would just be lazy. So we're going to go through here, and you can see how quick it is compared to, actually we can leave that off and just build as many as we can here and get that food up. And then we're going to build the well, because this is a food ascension, so we are going to do that. And we already got enough to build the stable here, which we'll get this down, and we can build more of those. Okay, and then we have them up for the masters already here, which gives us the magic staff, which is nice. And we're gonna have to wait a little bit. Okay, so let's see. The magic gives us 3 trillion, so we should be able to now max this out, and we are going to do the town hall again, and when we get 103 trillion. So that's going to take a little while, but we'll get it there in no time flat, I'm sure. The master's house here seems more affordable than the other, so we're going to go ahead and jump into that. got this here. Let's go ahead and lock this up here so we can watch that. We got plenty of those. Okay. Now we're going to go with the shooting elves. So we're going to... Barons are worthless because cows, you can't use cows on the Tree of Fairy. So don't. You have to wait for the shooting elves, which gives BP, but you don't get BP ascension right now from archers. So that's not going to help us. And because there's a 751 times bonus on that, I'm going to go ahead and get this Town Hall 3 when we get it up here. And you'll see this go up fairly quickly. And QI is going to take a while. We're going to have to wait on that. We're going to need quite a bit more from down here in order to get this level up. Alright, so let's see. We got Masters here and restore a staff charge. Somebody's honking outside. Great. Okay, so we're going to build this well here, and you can actually use an auto clicker on there, so automatically do it if you want. That's your call. I mean, you don't have to, but it'll constantly keep increasing that rate. It's changing, but if you look, it's not even making this move. So it's kind of sad. The water boys aren't really helping that much. Almost there. Just need about 11. There we go. All right, so we got this one now. So the next upgrade on this is 300 million. Well, it won't be because this will cut it in half. So the next one we're going to do is a stable here. And as you can see, we did get this up a little bit. So it's moving a little faster. And this will make that draw down to 1.56. So that's still higher. So we want this one here. Get this up. We got magic staff up here ready to go. Watch for that when it turns blue. There's our 28. Now we got this. And there's no discontent on the shooting elves. So there's no reason to buy these because it would only go up a little bit. So okay. Back to the masters we're uploading here. The food's already booming. And this is pretty much how it's going to be for a little while. It will take a while before this ascends up a little bit. But if you were wanting to just go ahead and play around with the army, I wouldn't even... Let's go into the army here. I wouldn't even buy these until your rate per second is the higher rate. That's when I would start building these. And this battle power, it does go... There is a way to make it go up. I just can't remember how far into it is. But... Oh, there we go. Now we're kicking 742 quadrillion per second. And it's only been 10 minutes. And that's just about how long this video is going to be. And I will... Oh, we got more magic here. Let's see what we got. More gold. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay, that's a lot of gold. We're going to get this, and that will build that up. But that percentage, yeah, it's still 750. 751 times what it normally would be. Again, that's pretty sad that that's not really helping much. Or if you put it on, if you put the auto clicker on the master's house, watch that number go up. Boom, boom. So does it make more sense to just sit there and build masters, or that's kind of a tricky thing. The stable does help build food though, so it would make the rate go even faster if there's more food, because the well will be halved, and then you have so it's really kind of a strategy thing. What do you want? Do you want more food? Do you want more money? Etc, etc, etc. And this discontent goes across the entire tier. So at the beginning, when you had 3 choices, this discontent will go for any of those 3. It doesn't matter if this is farms, or which we'll do farms later, much later, when we start doing the barons up here. And the barons come in handy when you're making lots of money. You need to be able to upgrade that baron up to 5 or 6 so that you can make 50 cows every time. If you're in a position where this shooting range, even though the shooting range is expensive, if you're in a position where you're quickly getting this shooting range up to 4, build the barons and build the farm here. And by quickly, I mean within 10 minutes. So we're going to finish this up here. I'll show you what's next after shooting range. It's going to be the castle, which we can already grow. No, we're actually going to do the Druid Grove again. And that's going to be a while. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I appreciate you watching. This has been the first little walkthrough. And if this gets a little faster as I ascend, then I'll record the next video. But for now, these videos are going to start to slow down instead of daily. We'll get into the further things, especially if we're starting to do a forest ascension, one of these 3. Definitely we'll make another video then. But I don't think routinely watching me get to the Druid Grove every day is going to be entertaining. But if we go past the Druid Grove, of course, I'll make a video. Or if we have this ascension come up that's so much faster in 10 minutes, then I'll make another video. But until then, that's going to be it for today in Realm Revelations. I appreciate you watching. If you like the video, throw me that thumbs up. Check us out. There's a specific channel for Realm Revolutions in my Discord. The link is in the description below. Check it out. We're also on Facebook. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. We're here to help and entertain. At the same time, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you soon. AMF, guys.